Does anyone here know the meaning of the word Skellig? No? Then you've probably never been to Skellig Michael. A tour company will take you there for $4,000, but they'll not guarantee you can land. Skellig is the Celtic word for rock. Skellig Michael, named for Michael the Archangel, who is said to have assisted St. Patrick in ridding Ireland of serpents, is a pinnacle of rock rising 700 feet above the surface of the Atlantic Ocean. It lies 18 miles off the western coast of Ireland. Windswept, granite gray, and desolate, it gives little evidence of the pivot point it holds in human history. Yet at this outer link of human civilization, at this outer limit, from the late 5th century AD to the late 6th century AD, Celtic Christians made a remarkable contribution to the preservation of Western civilization. In the year 406, the Germanic tribes staged a massive invasion of the Roman Empire. The year of 409 witnessed Rome's abandonment of Britain, and a year later the Goths sacked the Eternal City. In 476, the last Roman emperor was deposed, and the Dark Ages began. Churches were sacked, libraries burned, civilization crumbled into chaos. A significant proportion of the ancient world's books were lost. The whole structure of Roman political organization and communication collapsed. Many of the learned fled to places of safety like Skellig Michael. In such places they gathered, bringing with them a great increase in learning and their personal books, which now were priceless. Cut off from continental Europe, places like Skellig Michael became Western civilization's repository of knowledge and faith. This rock above the sea was not fated to be a permanent ark forever, protecting the Christian faithful. Unfortunately, 100 years after its establishment, the monastery on Skellig Michael was decimated by Viking raiders. Nevertheless, although their place in time was short, God used these faithful monks in a mighty way. During the second half of the 6th century, these monks began returning to an illiterate and pagan Europe as missionaries. Monks set off in foot and in their sea-borne coracles, bent on glorious exile for the sake of Christ. They were fearless warrior monks, keen to do God's will. There were women among their ranks, and they had a life that was deep, rich, and robust. I believe these monks lived abundant lives, filled with far more meaning than most of us experience. You may ask, how could this be possible? They lived on an almost barren rock 18 miles out in the ocean. These monks spent each day of their lives in endless repetition, copying manuscripts and then worship. Such a lifestyle is utterly alien to our experience. Nevertheless, I believe that God has a way of making what seems at first glance lonely and unbearable to be sublime and wonderful. Such singleness of vision and spirit as was found among the monks of Skellig Michael finds its origins, I believe, in the teachings of Jesus. During my sabbatical in 1998, I spent a significant amount of time walking on the beach in prayerful meditation. As it happens, the beach I lived near was a great beach for finding seashells. I soon found myself hooked by a dilemma. I could prayerfully meditate and draw close to God, or I could collect seashells. I couldn't effectively do both at the same time. Like it or not, connecting with God requires a singleness of vision. Most of us spend most of our time trying to do more than one thing. But you see, we're all carriers of that disease called a multiplicity of wants. We have the problem of too many priorities. These Celts had but one priority: God. They saw the goodness of God in men and women. They saw the handiwork of God in creation. They looked out upon their world with God-colored glasses. Their God was intentionally personal and present. God was above and below, beside and inside. God was under the rock, in the air, inside the storm, and within the ocean wave. God was everything and everywhere. But above all, the worship of God and service on behalf of God was the center point of their existence. They possessed singleness of vision. This is the wisdom of the Celtic Christ. The ancient monks on Skellig Michael gave their lives to a magnificent calling. God responded and gave them lives that transcend our understanding. I hope to see you on Celtic Sunday, February 16th at 9 a.m. And please, please invite a friend. Peace and grace. Amen. And I'd like to add elements of this article, oh much, to the book, How the Irish Saved Civilization.